exploring the Beguines of Bruges, a glimpse into 13th century life and fashion. The Beguines of Bruges stands as a serene 13th century sanctuary, embodying a tranquil retreat amidst medieval Europe. It offered a haven for women seeking spiritual devotion without taking monastic vows. Nestled in the heart of Bruges, this historic enclave continues to captivate visitors with its pristine beauty and timeless charm. During the 13th century, Europe experienced significant social, economic, and religious transformations. Amidst these changes, the Beguines emerged as unique communities, providing alternatives to traditional convent life. These semi-monastic groups allowed women to pursue spiritual and charitable endeavors while maintaining some degree of independence and connection to the secular world. The Beguinage in Bruges was founded in 1245 by Margaret of Constantinople, Countess of Flanders. Recognizing the need for a safe space for devout women, she established this community, which quickly became a model for similar institutions across Europe. The Beguinage offered an innovative blend of religious commitment and personal freedom. The Beguines were devout Christian women who chose to live in semi-monastic communities without taking perpetual vows. Unlike nuns, they could leave the Beguinage if they wished to marry or return to secular life. This flexibility attracted many women who sought spiritual fulfillment without the rigid constraints of traditional convents. Daily life in the Beguinage was structured, yet allowed for personal autonomy. The Beguines engaged in prayer, contemplation, and community service while supporting themselves through various trades, such as weaving, teaching, and nursing. Their days were marked by a balance of work, worship, and communal living, fostering a supportive and spiritually enriching environment. The architectural style of the Beguinage is a testament to medieval design, characterized by its serene courtyards and modest yet elegant brick buildings. The harmonious layout fosters a sense of community and tranquility, reflecting the spiritual devotion of the Beguines, who valued simplicity and functionality in their living spaces. The Beguines were a unique religious community of laywomen devoted to a life of piety and service. They embraced a lifestyle that balanced religious dedication with personal autonomy, setting them apart from traditional nuns. Their daily routines included prayer, communal activities, and various forms of labor, reflecting their commitment to both faith and work. Their homes, called Beguinages, were designed to support a communal yet independent lifestyle, featuring private rooms and shared spaces. This architectural approach allowed the Beguines to maintain their individual spiritual practices while fostering a supportive environment. The layout often included chapels, gardens, and workspaces, enhancing their self-sufficient way of life. The clothing of the 13th century Beguines was marked by simplicity and modesty, underscoring their dedication to humility. They wore plain, unadorned garments that reflected their religious devotion and practical needs. This attire not only distinguished them from the secular world, but also reinforced their collective identity and spiritual commitment. Typical fabrics used in Beguine clothing were coarse and durable, such as wool and linen. These materials were chosen for their practicality and affordability, aligning with the Beguines' ethos of modest living. The use of such textiles ensured that their garments were suitable for both their daily tasks and spiritual activities. The Beguine habit was more than mere attire. It represented a deep commitment to a life of simplicity and devotion. The plain, modest clothing distinguished the Beguines, reflecting their rejection of worldly vanity and their focus on spiritual values. This uniformity fostered a sense of unity and purpose among the women. Central to this habit was the white coif, a head covering symbolizing purity and humility. It was an essential part of the Beguine identity, marking them as members of a devout community. The coif's simplicity contrasted with the elaborate headwear of other women, emphasizing the Beguines' dedication to a humble lifestyle. Complementing the coif, the long, dark cloak served both practical and symbolic purposes. It protected the women from harsh weather while visually reinforcing their separation from secular life. The cloak's dark color was a constant reminder of their vows and the serious, contemplative nature of their chosen path. The Beguines wore simple leather shoes, reflecting their commitment to modesty and practicality. These shoes were functional, suitable for their daily activities, which ranged from tending gardens to assisting the sick. The unadorned footwear was another aspect of their rejection of luxury and adherence to a life of service. A cornerstone of the Beguine way of life was the vow of chastity. This vow freed them from traditional familial obligations, allowing them to dedicate themselves fully to religious and charitable work. Their commitment to chastity was a profound declaration of their spiritual independence and devotion to a higher calling. The Beguines engaged in various economic activities to sustain their community. They produced and sold textiles, crafted lace, and operated small shops within the beguinage. These enterprises not only provided for their needs, but also fostered self-sufficiency, allowing them to maintain their unique way of life. Charity was a cornerstone of Beguine life. The Beguines cared for the sick, offered shelter to the homeless, and provided education for poor children. Their charitable acts extended beyond the walls of the beguinage, reinforcing their role as compassionate and integral members of medieval society. The Beguines placed a high value on education and literacy. Many were literate and engaged in reading and writing religious texts. They often taught young girls from the community, passing on knowledge and skills. This emphasis on education elevated their status and influence within Bruges. The Beguinage served as a refuge for women seeking safety and independence. Widows, unmarried women, and those escaping difficult situations found solace within its walls. Here they could live a devout life, free from the societal pressures and constraints typically faced by women in the 13th century. Relationships between the Beguines and the local clergy were complex. While some clergy supported their spiritual pursuits, others viewed their autonomy with suspicion. Despite occasional tensions, the Beguines maintained their religious practices and often collaborated with sympathetic clergy, ensuring their community's spiritual and social vitality. The Beguinage was intertwined with Bruges' political landscape, navigating the complexities of medieval governance. The Beguines often found themselves balancing their spiritual mission with the demands of local authorities. Their ability to maintain a degree of autonomy amid shifting political tides showcased their resilience and diplomatic acumen. The Beguines significantly shaped medieval Bruges society by providing education, healthcare, and charity. Their presence fostered a supportive community environment, influencing social norms and attitudes. Their charitable endeavors and commitment to service left an indelible mark, demonstrating the powerful role of religious women in societal development. Internal governance within the Beguinage was structured yet flexible, emphasizing communal decision-making. Leadership roles were often held by experienced Beguines who ensured the smooth functioning of daily life. This self-governing system reinforced their independence and ability to address their community's needs effectively. The Beguines' influence extended to later religious movements, inspiring similar communities and practices. Their model of piety, service, and communal living resonated with future generations, contributing to the evolution of religious thought. Their legacy can be seen in various reformist movements that sought to blend spirituality with social action. Despite their contributions, the Beguines faced numerous challenges, including suspicion and persecution. Their unconventional lifestyle and relative independence often drew criticism. However, their perseverance and steadfast faith enabled them to withstand societal pressures, ensuring their survival and continued impact on Bruges and beyond. The Beguines exhibited remarkable resilience against societal pressures of their time. They faced scrutiny from both the church and local authorities, yet their commitment to a life of chastity, charity, and community sustained them. Their steadfastness in the face of adversity set a powerful example of faith and perseverance. The architectural layout of the Beguinage was designed to foster a sense of community and seclusion. Enclosed by walls, it featured narrow streets, modest houses, and communal buildings. This arrangement provided the Beguines with a peaceful and safe environment, allowing them to focus on their spiritual and communal duties. Gardens held significant importance within the Beguinage, serving both practical and symbolic purposes. These green spaces allowed the Beguines to cultivate herbs, vegetables, and flowers, contributing to their self-sufficiency. Additionally, the gardens provided a tranquil setting for meditation and reflection, reinforcing their spiritual connection to nature. The Beguines contributed significantly to health and hygiene in medieval society. They often provided care for the sick and elderly, utilizing their knowledge of herbal remedies and basic medical practices. Their efforts improved community health and showcased their dedication to service and compassion for those in need. Key figures in the Beguinage's history include influential leaders and patrons who supported their mission. These individuals helped establish and maintain the Beguinage, ensuring its stability and growth. Their leadership and vision were instrumental in shaping the Beguinage into a respected and enduring institution within Bruges. The Beguinage's relationship with Bruges merchants was mutually beneficial. The Beguines provided goods and services such as weaving and nursing, which were essential to the local economy. In return, merchants supported the Beguinage through donations and trade, fostering a symbiotic connection that sustained both parties and enriched the community. During times of conflict, the Beguinage often served as a sanctuary, offering refuge and stability. The Beguines' neutral stance and charitable nature made them a trusted haven for those seeking safety. Despite external turmoil, the Beguines remained steadfast in their mission, providing care and support to the vulnerable, maintaining societal balance. The cultural legacy of the Beguinage in Bruges is profound. The Beguines' influence permeated various aspects of medieval life, from social services to religious practices. Their contributions to education, health, and community welfare left an indelible mark, shaping Bruges into a more compassionate and progressive society that valued the welfare of all its citizens. The Beguinage's prominence eventually waned due to various factors, including changing political climates and religious reforms. As societal structures evolved, the Beguines' role diminished and their numbers dwindled. However, the impact of their work continued to resonate, leaving behind a legacy of dedication, service, and community spirit that endured through time. Efforts to preserve the Beguinage heritage began as its influence declined. Preservationists and historians recognize the historical and cultural significance of the Beguinage, working tirelessly to maintain its structures and stories. Today, the Beguinage stands as a testament to the resilience and contributions of the Beguines, honoring their memory for future generations. Modern-day Bruges embraces the Beguinage as a serene retreat, offering a glimpse into its historic past. Visitors stroll through cobbled paths, surrounded by whitewashed houses and tranquil gardens. The stillness of the Beguinage contrasts with the bustling city, providing a peaceful escape and a deep sense of history. The Beguinage stands as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, recognized for its cultural and historical significance. This designation helps preserve its architectural integrity and historical authenticity. The global recognition draws attention to the Beguinage, ensuring that its story and heritage are protected for future generations. In literature and art, the Beguinage captivates as a symbol of piety, simplicity, and resilience. Writers and artists often depict its serene beauty and the devout lifestyle of the Beguines. These creative works keep the spirit of the Beguinage alive, celebrating its unique place in history and culture. Visitors today can tour the Beguinage, experiencing its quiet charm firsthand. Guided tours offer insights into the lives of the Beguines, their daily routines, and the architectural marvels of the site. The peaceful ambiance, combined with rich historical narratives, makes the Beguinage a compelling destination. The enduring legacy of the Beguinage of Bruges lies in its timeless appeal and historical importance. It continues to inspire admiration and respect, reflecting the values of faith, community, and resilience. The Beguinage remains a cherished landmark, bridging the past and present in the heart of Bruges.